So this is how to do short foot. This is a very useful skill to have. If you can't do it, practice till you can do it. So you can do this with straight legs. It's easier though to have a little bit of a bend. So you bend your knees, bend here like you're doing a standing qigong. That's not very deep. So you have that there for starters. The tripod foot, the heel, center of the heel, knuckle of the big toe, knuckle of the little toe, that tripod always has contact. So we use that tripod all the way throughout the training because it takes load the best and actually influences the amount of motion and space in the hip joints, and it makes the knees function the best they can without impinging anywhere too. So you can have your feet straight about your shoulder width. Your hip width is okay too. You may need to, for some people, to have the feet a little bit turned out. That's okay, but over time you better do this without having your feet turned out. So what short foot is, so if you have some people have a really flat arch here, so it just leaves that's normal, doesn't mean anything's bad. If there's no dysfunction, if there's no pain, then it's okay. Some have really high arches, and that's okay as long as there's no dysfunction. But if there is, there's things we can do to alter a high arch to make it flatten better through movement. And if you have a really flat arch, there's things we can do to help bring the arch up. There's no arch bones in the feet, so the way the arch is formed is by muscular activity. So that's what we're doing, especially what we're about to do right now. So if my foot was really flat like this, if I bring the knuckle of my big toe and my heel together, see how that shortens? So my foot kind of shortens, but that's why it's called short foot. So my toes are still flat and I'm still contacted here, but this point and this point have come together, which has made my arch higher. What I'm not doing is lifting this off, and see how that's off. There's a big arch here, but just I'm touching from my toe to my heel. It's not that, okay? So I'm just contacting these 2 points, making them go closer together, which is activating a number of muscles. What I'm also not doing is clawing my toes, all of my toes. So clawing is something people can do easily, and it's not necessarily a very good thing for the foot to have only access to that. So the toes stay flat, they don't claw out. Then once you get used to that, do the other side. You may find one side's better than the other. So you've got that short foot contacting here still on the ground. So the whole tripod is still there. Then pull the short foot up, do a squat. Whatever you can comfortably do. So your body gets used to holding that short foot in this position. And I'm not saying that you need to hold the short foot for everything you do. Just be able to do it. Because ideally the arch should flatten, then rise up again, flatten and rise up just naturally as we do movement. And we practice 3 sets of 20 with that till you can do it really, really quite easily. So all the exercises to activate your toes, ankle circles, work with pronation of the foot, clearing ankle impingements, they all help get better dexterity and control over your foot. And if you have that happening, there's a big reconnection the brain makes to your feet. It affects hip position. When I look at people's pelvises, the SIJ joint, sacroiliac joint, rotations through their torso even. When we even self-massage the foot with the broomstick or do some short foot work, activate toes, do some of the wedge work, then we recheck. Within one set, often the pelvis is totally rebalanced again and that rotation in the body is back to being neutral. That's how much input the feet have. So we want to get the feet really strong, really mobile, and really alive, that you can feel them and move them the way that you need to, and they are designed to.